Alright, welcome back, Final Wordians. My name is Lee Boy. You're listening and watching Lee's Final Word, of course. And if you like this video, hit that liking button, hit that comment section below, and don't forget to subscribe. Make sure you got the notifications on so you can check out and keep up with all my videos. Today we're going to get into a theory. Who is Savitar? What is the theories that's going around? Is he Eddie? Is he Wally? Is he Barry? I believe he's Barry, but let me get into my statement. Let me prove myself. Let me back myself up with some evidence. Let's get right into it. Let's take a trip down memory lane. Because in my last video, my previous video, go check that out. The Flash reaction, who is Savitar, to the Wrath of Savitar video. I was getting a lot of people in the comment section with their theories, and a lot of them were great. But I wanted to make sure people understood what I was saying in my video on why I choose Barry. Now, my prime suspects for this video, of course, Barry Allen, Eddie, Wally West. Alright, so let's get into my prime suspect, Barry Allen. I believe that it is his oppressed or suppressed evil or dark side that's going to come out when Barry comes in contact fully with the Philosopher's Stone. Now, we know that Barry has been around the stone, but he hasn't been fully emerged with the stone. Something's up with that stone that they haven't yet revealed. It was supposed to be around for a very long time, and I believe that that stone is going to draw out Barry's evil side, which is Savitar. Now, where do I get this concept from? I get this concept from two things. I believe it's Barry Allen because there's something called Future Flash, where Future Flash timeline is all messed up in the comic book. He goes back in the past and try to fix things, but he goes around killing people to make sure his means justifies his ends. And another part I get it from is, believe it or not, from Marvel, when you got the Onslaught character. Now, Onslaught was a character that was manifested through Xavier's and Magneto's dark sides coming together to form this entity known as Onslaught. And Onslaught actually had armor on him as features to the character. So for a long time before they actually revealed who he was actually a man in a suit, or an entity in a suit rather. The evil side of Xavier and the evil side of Magneto. So it's not far-fetched to have Savitar be this entity that hasn't shown himself and why he wears this big old hunk of suit. But let's get into some stuff that proves these two theories. If anybody knows anything about the CW, they know that the CW loves to smash together their ideas from the comic books and their own original ideas to create what you have. Like, for example, Barry Allen is a mix between the original Wally West and the original Barry Allen from the comics. But let's not get into that. It's a video I already made previously before. If you want to check that out, I'll leave it as one of these cards or a link in the description. But let's get into why I think this is the case, that he's actually an offshoot of Future Flash from the comic books and a mix of Onslaught. Let's get into it.
Hello, Barry. It's been a while.
Savitar.
None of you are on your knees. It's a smart move to bow before a deity.
You're not God.
To be a god, you just have to make people believe you are.
Now, right here, Savitar makes a great point. If enough people believe in it, then you can make yourself a god. So that whole story about him being the first speedster was probably made up. Remember, Jay Garrick also pointed out, as I will show you later, nobody's never seen Savitar or encountered him.
So, Savitar.
Yeah.
Apparently you've grown powerful enough to challenge him.
Who is he?
Don't know, never seen him. You're the first speedster I know of who has.
The only person that really came in contact with him so far that he challenged was Barry Allen. Okay, let's also not forget that Barry Allen is the first speedster to be granted powers on Earth 1. Remember that, he's the first speedster to be granted powers on Earth 1. So technically, in a sense, he was the first speedster to get power or gain power.
But every story I ever heard about Savitar is basically the same. Savitar was the first man ever granted speed. And over time, he became the god of motion, the fastest of us all.
Alright, just want to point out this right here, the guy, holding up the stone, who's the actor, big muscular dude playing Savitar. He's not Savitar. I believe that's just a red herring to throw us off. It's not going to be this guy because, again, my Onslaught theory ties into the fact that Xavier and Magneto fused together the evil sides to create Onslaught, okay? And Onslaught was huge, and Xavier and Magneto was nowhere near the height of Onslaught. So inside that suit, without all the armor, is somebody that probably looks exactly like Barry Allen.
No one believes in you.
You should, Iris. I hold the power of life and death over all of you.
How do you know so much about us?
I know you, Caitlin, Cisco, Joe, Wally, the fake Wells. I know your fears. I know your weaknesses. I know you better than you know yourselves. I know your destinies. One shall betray you. One shall fall. One will suffer a fate far worse than death. This is the knowledge I have for you about your everlasting damnation.
Who are you?
I am the future Flash.
Now, there's two ways you could look at this. You could look at it as him telling him that I am the future Flash. You know, letting him know that, you know, Flash, I'm the future, okay? You're the past and I'm the future. But why just not say I am the future when he asked him, who are you? I'm the future. He told them the answer. To me, I believe he told them the answer right there underneath their noses. The CW, the writers, Greg Berlanti and his team, are very well versed in swerving on people. So what I believe is that was an undertone, that they gave the answer away right then and there. And it was for us to read between the lines. That's what that was, reading between the lines. Even if you caption this episode, somebody pointed out in the comment section below in my last video that if you read the captions, they actually put a comma after it. That he says, I am the future Flash. But here's the point. If there's a comma there, wouldn't that grant grounds for a pause? Like, you know, when you read something, you see a comma, you don't continuously read over the comma. You pause at that point. He did not pause at this point at all.
I am the future Flash.
What do you want from us?
Everything. Everything you took from me, I want it back. And I'm gonna take it back. Then I will destroy you.
All right, now what this is classic blaming yourself. If my theory holds true that Savitar is the evil manifestation of Barry, then he's blaming Barry for everything that's wrong. He's blaming Barry for being too weak. He's blaming Barry for holding him back. He's blaming Barry for everything. And I believe that this is the reason why he's telling him, I want to take back everything you took from me. Because in the future, you know, I was running amok. Because I hate you, because you are holding us back from our full potential.
Then why haven't you already? If you're all powerful, then why don't you just go ahead and kill us all now and be done with it? Because you can.
You did this to me. You trapped me in eternity. Your future self. You did this to me, Barry.
You were just a man, like me.
I'm nothing like you, Barry. You're cruel. You're selfish. From my perspective, you're the big bad.
Now at this point, we can obviously tell this is a reference to Flashpoint, how bad Barry Allen messed up everything in the timeline. And Savitar is saying, from my perspective, it seems like you're the big bad. What he's really trying to say is, from my perspective, because I'm you, you're the big bad. Don't you see that? I'm letting you know that you're the villain here.
Well, that's because you're small, Cisco. You've always been small. Reverb told you that you could have been a god, but instead you'd rather work as tech support.
Go back and watch that episode. The person that came and saved Cisco from that moment was actually the Flash. All right. So how does Savitar know about that moment? And you gotta understand something. You don't share things like that to villains. Come on now. Nobody does that, okay? So that means Savitar has some kind of inside knowledge, all right, about that conversation that went down with Reverb and Cisco. All right, now pay close attention to this next question that Barry asks Savitar. Pay attention, folks.
You want to tell me why we're enemies?
Because we had to be. Only one of us could live.
This is by far one of my favorite gems that was dropped in the episode last week on Wrath of Savitar, when he said this, when he said only one of us could live. And when Barry asked, you know, why we got to be enemies, he said because we had to be. You understand what I'm saying? Like, if you read between the lines, if an entity is inside you trying to fight to get out, only one of you gonna survive. Either you let the entity take over or you repress it and try to control it. I believe Barry went into the Speed Force and he unleashed it there and he left it there and he trapped that entity in the Speed Force that was dwelling inside of him. And now that same entity that just released itself from the Speed Force now has Wally in its stead. So that's what's going on when he's talking about I can smell the air and all this other stuff, because now he's free from the Speed Force and he's trapped Wally there instead. So how Barry trapped him there, now Wally is trapped in his spot. You understand? So that's what I mean by he's the evil entity or manifestation of Barry, because now that he's out and he's no longer in the future, now he's taking everything out on Barry that he's going to be doing in the future now in the past, which will be their past.
You thought that Thawne and Zoom were your biggest foes, but it's me. It's always been me.
Another great gem right here is that he tells him that Zoom and Reverse Flash wasn't your greatest enemy. It's me. It's always been me. Now, what is that? What do I get from that? I get from that is the fact that he's letting them know that your biggest enemy is sometimes yourself. Sometimes you're so hard on yourself and the things that you do that it creates these blockages in your mind, that you're so hard on yourself that you won't let yourself get over certain things. And I believe that this is what Savitar is saying, that your biggest enemy, your downfall, Barry, has always been me. I've always been your biggest enemy because I'm the thing you always suppress. I'm that thing inside you that you always locked away. When you want to go off, when you want to do this, when you want to do that and just let loose, you held back. And that's what I believe Savitar is saying to him right here, that your biggest enemy ain't these guys, it's always been me, keeping me in control.
Man, what did we ever do to you?
You took everything from me. I never asked for any of this, Joe. I am only this way because of you.
All right, and right here, he's telling everybody, I didn't ask for this. I was made this way. I didn't ask for any of this. This was done to me. How was it done to him? By Barry suppressing that inner evil that he wouldn't let loose, that he held inside of him, that he didn't get over. Barry holds a lot of baggage. People don't understand. He had to watch his mom die twice. He's holding all of this stuff in. It happened in Flashpoint. So a lot of stuff that's going on in his life, he's actually holding back. So it makes sense if Savitar is saying, I didn't ask for this. I was created this way. This is what happened.
All of you.
When do we meet?
Not long now. You're there when I become who I am.
All right, once again, of course Barry's going to be there when he transforms into Savitar, because he is Savitar, because they're one and the same. And again, this dispels everybody who's thinking that, oh, Savitar is the first speedster created. Barry Allen is the first speedster created on Earth 1. People forgetting that. So how can he actually be the first speedster, and if Barry's going to be there to witness him transform into Savitar? Doesn't make sense.
You're saying I caused you to get your speed? I created you?
Oh no. I created myself.
Now I know what you're thinking. How you going to explain this one, Lee Boy? Easy. It's the same way. Of course, he's not going to say Barry gave him his speed. No, he's not going to tell him that, because Savitar is too cocky for that. He's going to say, I created myself. You can't give me something that I already had. You understand? The speed came from when Barry was struck by lightning. So you can't give yourself something that I already had. Oh, no, you didn't create me. I created myself.
Barry, only I can bring out my greatness.
Your greatness.
I am closer to my freedom than I have ever been. Every step, every move that you make, it only brings me nearer to it. I only need one more thing.
Man, do you love to hear yourself talk?
Iris, trying to show that you're not afraid. But I know you are. I'm sorry that you have to die. But it's you or me.
And now the $1 million question that everybody keeps asking. How can it be future Barry, or how can it be Barry himself? Why would he kill Iris? Again, right here, he clearly tells her it's either you or me, because you're holding him back from becoming me. You're the thing that's stopping him from changing or transforming in the future into me, and you cannot be around. Barry has to have the full circle. He has to lose his family. He has to lose the love of his life. He has to lose everything for him to fall into that deep depression, things he's bottling up inside to come to a head, for him to touch the philosopher's stone or something to bring it out, to bring forth Savitar.
Because I am the future Flash. Barry, you've had to suffer worse than anyone. You've endured pain your whole life. Your mother. Your father. Trust me. You'll never get over this.
Alright, final prediction is that Savitar is the evil manifestation of Barry's inner darkness come to life. Alright. My second prediction might be a little off, but it's worth a try. Eddie got sucked into the wormhole. We don't know what happened to him. He might be back for revenge. And the last person I suspect on my list to be Savitar might be Wally. Maybe they want to do the Daniel West version of the Reverse Flash, the third version. And also it could be somebody totally different, someone totally new in general, and they're swerving us. CW loves to do this. They know they got the internet and the buzz. They're probably watching all the videos and seeing how they can change things up like they did with Zoom. But again, that's just my theory. I think that Savitar is the evil manifestation of Barry Allen come forth. If you like this video, hit that liking button, hit the comment section below. Let me know who you think Savitar is, and did I get it right? Did I get it wrong? What did I miss? Let me know in the comment section below. And don't forget to subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one.